name is Dave Baldwin. I am the Associate Chief Information Officer for DAP Health. We are a nonprofit organization and FQHC that provides care to patients across different areas within San Diego County and Riverside County. We have an IT team of about 45 people broken into 6 different verticals that include information security, IT infrastructure, desktop support, data analytics, health information management, and electronic medical records support. It's been a long time since we started using ManageEngine products. We started out with ServiceDesk Plus over 10 years ago. Before we had ServiceDesk Plus, we were using Spiceworks, an ad-supported help desk software, very limited in its capabilities. And one of the biggest challenges that we had with that was we were looking to expand our ability to provide support to the organization and bring tracked help desk incident management to many other departments within the organization. Spiceworks did not allow us to create different queues for the different groups. And so we were looking for something that we could afford as a nonprofit, but that met all of our needs at that time, 10 years ago, but that could also grow with us. So we went with ServiceDesk Plus. It allowed for us to create queues for our quality department, for IT, and anything else that came up as we continued to grow. When we were looking for different products, we did kind of the normal discovery process that you do. We went out, did some Googling, we talked to various peers in the industry, and ManageEngine came up as one of the top hits, I think, on Google. It was just one of the ones. When I did a search for help desk software, it was ManageEngine and ServiceNow. And so we did a kind of a shootout between the two, and set up a set of criteria for what we were looking for, and ManageEngine won in that shootout. ManageEngine had a very extensive suite of options. Even though at the time that we went with ServiceDesk Plus, we weren't ready to use all of those other products, there was a lot of potential for future expansion into different capabilities. That combined with the cost, so we were able to get a lot of the same features that we get from some of what were at the time considered to be the top premier products. We were able to get all those features for a lower cost and still position ourselves for future growth. We are using ServiceDesk Plus, of course. That's the longest product at over 10 years. We also have ADManager and ADAudit. We've been using those for a few years now. ADManager Plus, Endpoint Central we've been using now for 2 years, and we just added Log360 last week. The ServiceDesk Plus helps us just keep track of everything. Before using ServiceDesk Plus, like I'd mentioned, we only had a single queue. We weren't able to organize all of the requests for the different things that were coming in for different departments in a meaningful way. And we didn't have really any ability to create things like business rules and route requests where they need to go. So there was a lot of manual effort involved. And ServiceDesk Plus allowed for us to start building in those rules and automating a lot of things. And it helps us to find patterns when there are problems. So we're able to identify if we've got more than 5 or 10 tickets coming in for the same incident. We now can follow an ITIL-based process and create problems out of it. We can initiate changes out of those problems, and even go so far as to create projects if necessary. My top 3 favorite features about ServiceDesk Plus, I think number 1 would be its ability to integrate with tools like ADManager Plus and the customizability. So we've created many different custom triggers and business rules that allow for us to take special situations that we have in the organization and manage those consistently as they come up. So that was 2. So a third one I would have to say is its integration with ADManager Plus. Being able to see all of the data that's generated for the hundreds of tickets that we work every month, sometimes thousands of tickets, depending on what's going on in the organization. Having that data aggregated in a meaningful way, being able to see the trends and understand who our top performers are and where coaching's needed, all of that's been tremendously helpful. Endpoint Central, we deployed, I think 2 years ago now, and almost immediately we were able to completely automate patch management. So patch management is now something that we're able to monitor instead of have active work that we have to do every day. So we meet every day, we can see what the status is of all the patches that have been deployed, and we can move on to other administrative tasks and not have to worry about that. We get really great reporting out of it. It tells us where we stand on our vulnerability scale. And that's just one piece of it. We use it every day to remote in and assist users with remote desktop capabilities. We use it to inventory. It syncs with ServiceDesk Plus, and we're able to use it to inventory and keep track of where all of our assets are. We can tell when computers have been offline for more than a few days, and we have people that we can send to go find those computers and make sure that they haven't been lost. The list goes on. If it wasn't for Endpoint Central patch automation, I would probably have to hire a dedicated engineer just to do patch management and work on patches every day. But because of Endpoint Central and being able to automate it, it becomes more of an afterthought, just an administrative check instead. ADManager Plus has been a huge help for us. We didn't even realize what its potential was until we started doing health checks with the ManageEngine team. We had been using it maybe half capacity for the last few years. And even at half capacity, it was helping us be more efficient. We were building templates, helping us with role-based access control, setting up delegated access so that our technicians don't need to be full administrators, but can still get their jobs done. But after starting to do health checks with ManageEngine, we learned that ADManager Plus is capable of helping us to integrate with some products that we never imagined. Our HRIS system is a good example of that. We're looking forward to integrating with our HRIS and completely automating the entire employee lifecycle from employee startup, account creation with approvals, transfers, and even terminations. We also use ADAudit Plus on-prem, and that gives us full visibility of all of the activities within our domain, both our on-premise domains and our cloud domains. And so we have daily stand-ups, and we will review ADAudit Plus summary reports every day, and it tells us if there's been any changes to group policies, any new groups created, any people added to administrative groups. The visibility that we get from just looking at the summary reports in ADAudit Plus makes our entire organization more secure. We've recently added Log360 and the compliance add-ons for ADManager, and we're looking at using those compliance add-ons to give us better visibility of HIPAA-specific compliance and regulatory requirements. We're starting to look at how each of our accounts is configured, and ADManager and Log360 combined are going to help us make sure that we're aligned with all of those regulatory requirements. My biggest expectations for ManageEngine in the future is to continue doing these health checks. They've been very helpful for us. We learn a lot. There's nothing like having somebody who really knows the product come out, look at how we're set up, and spend a few hours with us and point out where we could be doing better. With ADManager, it made a huge difference, and I can only imagine that when we start having those sorts of meetings for Endpoint Central and Log360 and everything else, we're gonna really maximize our investment. So as a nonprofit, ManageEngine has been very helpful in one, providing us with a nonprofit discount to keep the products affordable for an organization like us. We've continued to grow our investment, and they've kept the pace with those nonprofit discounts within reason, of course, to keep the product in a space where we can afford it and continue to look at adding different modules as we grow and have more needs. This is the first ManageEngine conference I've been to, not the first conference I've been to, but the first ManageEngine conference, and it's been really wonderful. I think one of the things I like about this the most is there's no other vendors here trying to push their wares on us. There's just a lot of really helpful people. If I come out of a session, someone's there waiting, asking if I have any questions, and they take me over to a booth where I can get those questions answered. And it's been just really great. Everybody's very friendly and just open to anything that I've come up with.